Hi, my name's Chris Matic. I am a film and media lecturer at City College in Plymouth, and we will be delivering your unit in these bite-sized videos which will make up all the work that you have to do. Your Screencraft unit will be made up of a series of videos covering the basics of what you need to know when getting started with filming and editing content. So we'll be covering shots, camera movements, lenses, composition, sound, and editing. Every video will have a little explanation from me about the skill you're learning, as well as a little task for you to do before you embark on the next video. All of those tasks you do from each video, put together, will make up the work for your unit. So let's get started with Lesson 1, Shots and their uses. Now, it might seem like all the films and TV shows that we watch are put together quite seamlessly. We follow our favourite characters from one bit of action to another. But actually, everything we watch is constructed of something called shots. Shots are short pieces of video, sometimes barely a second long, sometimes up to many minutes long. And it's how these shots are put next to each other is what tells our story. And the chances are, as you've watched something, you've probably not even thought about the shots the director has chosen. But each shot has its own particular use and importance. Believe it or not, you probably already know a lot of the different types of shots and what they're best used for. Now, we're going to show you the 5 key shots used in the film industry, starting with the one you've probably heard of, the close-up. The close-up, as the name implies, is a close shot of your subject. So you'll commonly see it used to film an actor's face. But a close-up can also be of a part of the body, or of an object. There's no set rule for a close-up. It could cover the actor's face, or it could be the head and shoulders. The point is that we're close on our subject. Another shot is the long or the wide shot. If the close-up is just about getting the face in frame, then the long or wide shot is about getting the whole body in your frame. In between these two shots is the mid shot, which I'm sure you can guess is midway between the close-up and the long shot, where you're going to film about half the person. The remaining 2 shots are extreme versions of 2 of the shots we've already covered, the close-up and the long shot. Let's start with the extreme close-up. The extreme close-up, which is even closer than a close-up, is usually only used for featuring on a specific area, or if we're filming a person, it might literally be a specific part of the body, like the eye. And then there's the establishing shot, which is fundamentally an extreme version of the long shot. Now, you might be wondering, where does a long shot end and an establishing shot start? Which is why we're now moving on to the uses of each of these shots. Because by understanding how each shot is used, that's going to help you when deciding which shot you need to use at any given time. So you're going to be using the close-ups for detail. Because you're closer to your subject, logically, it means you're closer to see those details. So details like facial expressions and emotions are going to be picked up with a close-up. Films spend millions and millions of pounds in order to get excellent performances from the actors they cast, and you simply wouldn't get as much impact if you kept the camera far away from them. This scene featuring strong emotions wouldn't be nearly impactful if it just stayed at the long shot all the time. Which brings us nicely to a long shot, which is not going to be as good for us with detail, but much better at showing action, where you can see all the movements from your characters in a chase or a fight. It also helps with the geography of your scene, so you can help your viewers understand who is stood next to who, or how far away everyone is from each other, and showing any changes with this. You might assume then that the mid-shot is going to be one of the least used shots, but actually the mid-shot is one of the most popular shots in content creation. One of the reasons for this is that it manages to use both the elements of a close-up and a long shot at the same time. A mid-shot is close enough for us to see the detail and emotion on the face of a character, but also far enough away for us to have some limited movement or action in the shot as well.
Bye, everybody. Farewell, adieu. My girl in the river.
The extreme close-up is used for the most specific of details. That extreme moment where you need to be super close up to see just what the character is doing or thinking. And finally, there's the establishing shot. As it sounds, that's designed to tell us or establish where we are. So if we were to compare a long shot to an establishing shot, we would say that the focus of a long shot would be the characters, whereas in an establishing shot, the focus would be on establishing the setting of where our action is taking place. So there you have it, the 5 basic types of shot that you'll find in all film, TV and content creation. Now, in a later video, we'll be moving on to applying some camera movements to those shots. But for now, what I'd like you to do is to do a little task for me that you can use with anything you have around your home. You'll need a camera or a smartphone with a camera app. Your task from this video is to record 5 different shots, one of each kind of shot that we've described in this video, before uploading them to a document with a description of what is happening in the shot, why you chose to use that shot, and how that shot is being used to relay information to your audience. So for instance, you might take a close-up of a flower, but then I'd like you to write a description of why you chose that close-up for this particular shot and what information you're giving to your audience.
Extreme close-up! Wah! 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 Okay, all right.
Excellent.
From that, make sure it's uploaded to your Task 1 assignment in your classroom, and I look forward to seeing you in your Task 2 video. Thank you for participating.